I'm Barb McGowan. Welcome to the Content Bootcamp Day 4. We're talking about YouTube. So why YouTube? Why is it so important? I would say unless there is a burning reason why you shouldn't use YouTube for your specific niche or your specific business purpose, everybody should start a YouTube channel. It's literally digital real estate. So it's basically like you invest your time once to create a video and that's going to exist there forever or for however long that YouTube exists on the internet. YouTube is intent based. So when people are going on YouTube, it's not like a social media app where they're going to be entertained to just scroll through a timeline. They're going, generally speaking, to search out the answer to a question or to find information. There are multiple ways that you can monetize a YouTube account. We're not going to talk about every single one of those ways, but primarily the two that we're going to be mentioning for the purposes of this training are affiliate marketing. So putting affiliate links down in the description for your YouTube videos and also monetizing your channel through ads. YouTube is an education platform that can sell directly to leads at scale, meaning 100 people could watch the same video and you don't have to do that same presentation or answer all those same questions 100 different times. It's very much a long-term strategy and something that you build over time. It's a microcosm for how affiliate marketing as a business model works. Types of content that will perform well on YouTube. The number one probably is listicles. So if you're not familiar, a listicle is like the combination of a list and an article. So you can kind of think of it as like the top 10 tools you'll need to be a successful affiliate marketer. And instead of going super in depth and giving a full review or a full tutorial on each tool, you'll give maybe 3 to 5 bullet points so that when people watch that, they can get the overall idea or the gist of what you're trying to communicate for each tool in that listicle without having to expend a lot of time and energy. It's basically saying, hey, I've already read this book. Here's what the basic premise is to save you time. It's like the Cliff Notes version. Reviews do great. So if you're reviewing a piece of software or a specific product, especially for affiliate marketing, that is going to do really well. How-to videos, so how to use a product or how to navigate a certain problem or pain point around, I don't know, if you're doing affiliate marketing as an example, why isn't my ClickFunnels funnel going to the next page? And it could be a how-to troubleshooting tutorial. The best X for Y. So the best email autoresponder for advanced affiliate marketing, or the best email autoresponder for people in the dog niche. Again, tutorial videos or demos, the top X, like the top sales funnel builder, or the top all-in-one sales funnel builder email autoresponder. Experiments, so that doesn't even necessarily have to relate directly to affiliate marketing or to your niche. It could be, how many basketballs can I fit in my swimming pool? Like that's an example of an experiment. Stories, so a personal story or like a case study. Trends, trending content always does well across any app as long as it's trending at the time that you create the content. And like the next step, so kind of connecting the dots between two pieces of content or two videos. In terms of content constraints or limitations, really the only things that are important to make note of is that you can make videos and lives. And for this purpose, I also include shorts, like YouTube shorts as videos. We'll talk about that more in a second. YouTube shorts can be up to 60 seconds, and limitations around copyrighted music, video, and images. Basically, don't use any music unless it comes from the YouTube sound library. You can use videos and images as long as it is transformative, meaning you're providing some additional value or commentary and you're not just presenting like a music video copied and pasted as is. You can show like snippets of it in comparison to some other music video or some other piece of content as a kind of a narrative or editorial interpretation of that content. And it's important to note that you don't want to receive copyright strikes for any videos that you create, because that will jeopardize your ability to monetize your channel with ads. So content lifespan, or the half-life of YouTube videos. So you'll tend to see, if you're creating a video on YouTube, within 6 days, you will get 50% of that video's overall engagement for its entire lifespan. So it's longer than any of the other platforms that we've talked about till this point. And again, I just want to reiterate that YouTube differs from any of the social media platforms in that there is intent behind searches. People are coming to YouTube to learn something or to be entertained specifically with what they're searching for. So if you compare that to TikTok, which is another video app, people are going on TikTok to scroll and be amused and entertained. They sometimes happen to get educated accidentally in the process, but people are going to YouTube to figure out the answer to something. And so if you can get in front of them to provide the answer to them for whatever question that they have, you're going to be able to have success on YouTube. So going live, you can go live without any specific follower threshold. Something that is helpful for me when I go live is using OBS Studio. And that's just a free open source software. It's very easy to use. It's very easy to set up. I could give you a tutorial on it probably in 10 minutes. And it's easy to get it synced up to YouTube's live streaming capabilities. And that's helpful because it's like going live on any platform, except with the added bonus that people can, ask you questions in the chat. And then you could demo, or you could do a tutorial or a walkthrough of whatever it is that they're asking questions about. So you could do like how to sign up for ClickBank and grab your hop link and set up a sales funnel. And if people have questions along the way, you can in real time answer those questions. And so it adds like that additional bonus for being there live. You can, when you go live, you can live stream through your webcam, a screen share alone, where it's just you're recording your screen, or both. So your little face in a little box with the screen share that you're doing. So there's tons of options. After you go live, you have the capability within YouTube of chopping it up a little bit. So trimming parts if you want to. That will change it from a live replay to just a regular YouTube video. And so when people are searching for live replays, they won't come across it. They'll come across it as a video. So just be cognizant of that. Honestly, there are two things that impact the algorithm, and that's click-through rate, meaning when people like are presented with your thumbnail when they're just scrolling on their like YouTube timeline, are they going to click on it and watch that video? So if 100 people were presented with your video as they're scrolling, 6 to 7% click-through rate, which is 6 or 7 out of every 100 people that see your content on their timeline, clicking that and watching your video is decent. 8 to 10% is good. And this is influenced solely by the thumbnail that you create and the title that you put on your video. So your thumbnail is like, don't judge a book by its cover, but the opposite of that. What I started to do is just pay someone on Fiverr to create my thumbnail, and it saves me a ton of time and has helped my click-through rate hugely. So I would highly recommend that. And I can recommend a good designer if you're interested. The title, you can use free YouTube browser extensions. vidIQ and TubeBuddy are two that are super helpful, but those can help you make sure that you have plenty of keywords that are relevant to your video and relevant to your niche in the title of your video and in the description. Also, watch time is super critical for the algorithm to know, like, hey, this is quality content. You should push it to more people because they have a high likelihood of watching it and staying on the platform and making money for YouTube with ads. And so you can influence watch time by basically delivering on the title that you have listed for your video, and then structuring the script to your video in such a way that it constantly is hooking and reminding people why they're there and why they should continue to watch. I'm going to provide a script that's an example that I was given that's been super helpful, and it has had a measurable impact on the quality of my videos and the quality of my watch time on those videos. Kind of as to a lesser extent, tags, description, and other SEO components also impact like the YouTube algorithm and how much your videos get watched. But primarily it's the click-through rate, meaning your title and your thumbnail, and the quality of the video itself. So just like on every platform, pretty much, hooking people, grabbing their attention and keeping them hooked is the name of the game. So in terms of driving traffic, these are tips that don't just make sense from the standpoint of if you're creating content on any platform, but these are actually specific tips given to me by my coach. So I want to pass that along because it's been super valuable for me as well. But research other top videos that have been put out in the last month using keywords for your niche. So for example, affiliate marketing for beginners would be some keywords or like a search term that I would type in YouTube. And then I would look for videos between, 4 and 20 minutes. So not like super, super long ones, not super short ones. I would look for any that were put out, so filter them by anything in the last 30 days. Then you can see what has a lot of views, a lot of engagement, and you could try to recreate those videos with your own spin. If there are aspects of a video that you feel like are either not fully explained or poorly explained or whatever, then explain those better on the version that you create. And what will happen is, because your video is so similar to the video that you're remaking, YouTube will actually suggest your video to people watching at the, on the right-hand side. It'll say, suggested video or watch next, and your video will start to appear there. So instead of trying to battle it out with the big dogs with SEO, you can actually get a lot of views by being the next suggested title for people to watch. I mean, it goes without saying, don't plagiarize or rip people off completely. You always want to add your own valuable spin and voice to something when you recreate it. And it should always be improved. It should never just be a word for word ripoff or like less quality and less helpful, less value than other videos. Like you will not go very far with that kind of content. You can create your own thumbnail on Canva. Unless you have some graphic design background, I truly would just pay someone on Fiverr $5 to do it for you. Like I said, it will greatly improve your click-through rate. And instead of battling to have to create twice as many videos because only half as many people are clicking on them, you can make half as many videos because you get twice as much view time simply because your thumbnail is great. Like I said, writing out a script for your videos rather than just winging it, even if it's a topic that you know a lot about, is something that I was skeptical of, to put it mildly, but has been tremendously helpful. And I highly recommend using a script. And like I said, I have one created that I'm going to pass along that's been super helpful and will help you organize your thoughts in a way that will make it more conducive to your target audience consuming it. I personally use Camtasia, which is available for Mac computers or Windows. It's not free, it's commercially available, but you can also use, like I mentioned, OBS Studio. You can use that to record, but you'll need to edit it elsewhere. Camtasia has the ability to both record and edit, but OBS Studio is free. If you need recommendations for good, like free softwares, just let me know, because there are definitely free versions available for both recording and editing. So don't feel like if it's not in your budget, then you're just screwed. Just let me know or comment on this video. And like I said, titles and thumbnails need to be catchy. And instead of thinking of it as like clickbaity titles or clickbaity thumbnails, think of it as clickbait that delivers. So you're not tricking people into clicking your video and then they're disappointed or mad because you don't deliver on what was promised in the title and in the thumbnail. But think of it as you're sensationalizing something because you're going to provide that much value in your video. You can reuse your TikTok videos just like you would on Instagram or whatever other platform. Re-upload them to YouTube Shorts. That's another low-hanging fruit. That should not be the only content that you create for YouTube Shorts. Something else that I would recommend doing is if you have recorded a video, you can just do a really quick, like 10, 15 second YouTube short showing clips from your video where you're just literally recording like your desktop and recording the thumbnail and stuff like that, and doing a voiceover and just saying, hey, come subscribe to my channel if you want to learn about this. And that's a way that you can drive traffic back to videos that are actually monetized, because YouTube Shorts, those don't count towards your monetization, towards your watch hours. But if people see your YouTube Shorts and then they get drawn in to subscribe to your channel and to watch your long form content that is able to be monetized, that's going to benefit you greatly. And it's very little extra work. So think of it as like an ad system within YouTube that can help you get more subscribers and help you get more watch time. I already mentioned TubeBuddy and vidIQ. So those are just SEO tools that can help you come up with tags and a really juicy keyword description and title for your videos. Just like with any other platform, you want to include strong calls to action throughout your content, to like, to subscribe, comment, and actually click the links down in your description. And I think that when you see the script that I have, it's going to really help clarify when to include those calls to action in your content, so that it doesn't feel like you're just constantly harassing people to, hey, subscribe to my channel, it'll help me out, but actually provide a relevant call to action that speaks to your audience and gives them a real reason to stay connected with you. Know your target audience, know what their pain points are. If you don't know, a great way to get to know your target audience is to drive them from TikTok or Instagram or one of those attention grabbing platforms to a Facebook group. Once you have them to a Facebook group, you can cross promote your YouTube channel or use your YouTube channel to educate them further, show tutorials, show reviews, anything that's relevant to the pain points and problems that they have. And if you don't know, then you can just ask, hey, what's something you want me to explain in a YouTube video? Like anything you guys want, what would be the most helpful for you? And that way you have a group of people who you already know are interested in the products that you're promoting, or they're already your target audience, that you can solicit their feedback or solicit their opinions. And then that way, you're not just creating content you think is good, but that's actually going to be relevant to them and that they will actually watch. Just like with every app, responding to comments is super helpful. The more comments, the more engagement, and the more that people are going to watch your content because they think that other people are watching it. It's like a social proof aspect of it. Something that I was talking about yesterday, I think it was, is that when you're promoting affiliate products on YouTube, you can promote 10 different products, and it's not going to promoting the Legendary Marketer 15-day challenge, for example, and Jonathan Montoya's 3-day challenge, promoting both of those things is not going to hurt you, because you could have one whole video dedicated to talking about the Legendary Marketer challenge and a whole other video talking about the 3-day challenge. Then you could have a separate video comparing and contrasting the two and saying which one you recommend. You know what I mean? So you could promote basically unlimited products. And because they exist as a standalone for each particular video that you put out, it's not going to cannibalize your other products that you promote, if that makes sense. You can also utilize analytics to determine the effective aspects of your video. So for example, well, I'll show you in a second analytics, but you can tell if you have a bunch of viewers dropping off at a certain point because you were talking about a particular topic for, 5 whole minutes without breaking it up somehow, and you see a large drop off, then that's a good indicator as you go back through and look at your analytics that you need to break it up somehow with like B-roll footage or, some kind of visual cue or something like that. So like I've been talking about, TikTok and Instagram are great attention getting platforms. Move your audience from TikTok and Instagram to Facebook and YouTube. And the best way to use all of those in conjunction is to have a Facebook group that you're able to cross promote YouTube videos and do more education and more expansive basically information provision. And again, using YouTube, you can also sell to people at scale. So putting multiple links down in your description, or providing multiple videos that all have different affiliate links, however you want to do it. But you only have to create that content once, and then you can keep referring back to it. And as long as it's still relevant and nothing in the content has changed, that exists out there forever that people can refer to and continue to watch, which will help you move to monetizing your YouTube account. So YouTube is used to warm up your leads. It's crucial to a long-term strategy. If you made one video per week, after 2 years, you're going to have over 100 videos. And if you're monetized by then, anybody watching any of your old content is going to contribute to the ad revenue that you're bringing in. So content will continue to pay you even though it's old, because it's still relevant to your target audience. Like I mentioned, you could repurpose your TikTok videos to YouTube Shorts, but that shouldn't be the sole YouTube Shorts content strategy. You should also move toward, as you start to create long form YouTube content, basically creating like a teaser video or a trailer video for YouTube Shorts and say, hey, if you want to see the full video, go subscribe to my channel and check out the video. So this is a list of all my videos that I've released recently. Here are the analytics for this particular one. So this is kind of just like a general overview. This is the watch time in hours, the views, the number of subscribers that subscribed while they were watching this video. So you can kind of get an idea of, are people unsubscribing when they watch my content, or are they subscribing? So for this particular video, it's pretty short. It's 6 minutes and 36 seconds. This part that's highlighted right now is the intro. So when I get to the end of the intro, 2/3 of viewers are still watching. So that's not bad. If I click right here, I can see that YouTube is showing me there are 2 dips right here and right here. And those are kind of the 2 most notable dips in this video of watch time. So if I were to maybe start right here and see what I was talking about for this preceding, 30 seconds or so, then I could determine why people are dropping off right here. And the same with this dip right here. So I just wanted to call attention to that, so that if you're noticing something really drastic, like people are dropping off super drastically in the first 10 or 15 seconds, maybe your intro is too long, or it's just not attention grabbing, or you're not hooking people in the first 2 or 3 seconds of you getting on and starting to speak.